Hey, what's up everybody? It's Frank again and welcome to my channel 16 bits or higher. On today's video, I'm gonna show you some tips and tricks on how you can save energy on your battery so that you can extend your gameplay longer. These tips and tricks will work whether you're using an R36S or if you're using an R36Max or any other device that's running ArkOS or dArkOS. The thing that's going to drain your battery the fastest is going to be Wi-Fi. So if you have an R36 and you use a Wi-Fi adapter all the time to download art or to do stuff, download themes or whatever you download into the device, you want to disconnect this because that will drain your battery the fastest out of everything on the game. So if you have an R36 with an adapter and you use it all the time, when you're going to go in a gaming session, just unplug it and take it out, okay? Or if you have a device that comes with Wi-Fi built in, what you want to do is you want to go to options. You go to tools and you also have the Wi-Fi toggle feature. So what you do there is you just go and you turn it off. Enable or disable. So you basically do the same thing if your device has built-in Wi-Fi like this one does. You turn it off. Another feature that's built into ArkOS, you can also go to the main settings. And if you go to the main settings, you can go to emulator settings. And this one, you can set it per emulator. So if you go to, let's say, if you're gonna be playing PlayStation and you know you're gonna play for a long time, you might want to change the governor and you can change it to power save. Okay, you can change it to power save and that will save you a lot of power on the battery. But if you're gonna be playing like heavy games that require a lot of GPU power, then what you want to do is you might want to either go with performance or on demand. You might want to check to see which one works better for you, because if you do power save, it's possible that during your game you may experience some lag. So you might want to test them out to see which one works better for you. Now, if you are the type of player that likes to pause in between games, if you're like in the middle of a game and you just want to like stop the game and then come back to it, one thing that I do recommend is if you go to options and you go to advanced, you can enable quick mode, okay? When you enable quick mode, what it does is that if you're in the middle of a game and you want to stop it and then come back to it, what you do is you push the R3 button and the power button at the same time. Actually, you push and hold the R3 button and tap power. And what that does is that it puts your game in hibernation and it saves a lot of battery while you're not using the device. It kind of puts it like if it was in the off position, but it's not off, it's just in a deep sleep. And what you do, like I said, you go to enable quick mode, you click on that, and it's going to ask you to press A to continue or press B if you don't want to enable it. You just press A and it's going to run like some quick script on the screen. And then after it's done, it's ready to go. And it'll say quick mode is now enabled. So now when you go play a game, let's say we're playing Crash Team Racing. Okay, so if we're in the middle of a game and you want to stop and come back later, what you would do is you would hit the R3 button, which is this one here. You press it and hold it, and then you push the power button once. And what it does is that, as you can see, the light went off completely. It looks like it's powered off. But what you do is when you want to come back to play, you push the power button and it takes it exactly back to where you left. So that's the quick mode. Okay, and then if you ever want to remove it, if you don't want to go into quick mode anymore, you just go back to, you got to close the game like this. And you exit out of RetroArch. And you go back to settings, options, advanced, and see how now it shows disable quick mode. Before it said enable. So now what you do is you just disable it, and it'll take it off for you. And you hit A to continue, and this is faster. It'll just show you that it has been disabled, and you're back to normal. Something else that uses a lot of your power as well is the brightness on your display. And that one is pretty simple, but I'm going to show you where it's at. You get to your brightness by going into the main menu, right there where it shows display settings and info. You click on that, and that line at the top, that raises it or lowers it. So I usually keep it like around the 40% level, because I think that's the sweet spot. A lot of people keep it higher. Like before I used to have it at 100%, but it would like hurt my eyes after playing for so long. So now I keep it around 40, which is pretty good for me. So you may want to lower it. You may be able to go even lower. But if you lower the brightness, that will extend your battery life as well. One thing that will also help you keep your battery power is, like, if you're like me, I love to play my games and I like them to be bright. I like them to be sharp, vivid, full of vivid colors. So what I do whenever I'm playing games, like for example right now, I've been playing Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red. I love my colors to be sharp and vivid, just like that. Okay. And the way that I make those colors look like that is by using shaders. And the way that you use shaders is you got to go to the quick menu on RetroArch, you go down to shaders, and then you choose the shaders that you want to use. But using shaders does use a lot of GPU power, which in part makes your battery go down faster. So if you want to save power, then all you got to do is just disable them. And what you do is you go up to the top where it says video shaders, and you just flick it off. And when you flick it off, the shaders will be removed. But of course, the picture is going to look different. Like you can see how all the colors went dull and everything. But that would be pretty much saving you battery power, and it'll last you longer. Now myself, I can't live without this one, so I have to use my shaders. One last thing I'm going to recommend is whenever you play games that allow you to choose the cores that you want to use, you can actually go to emulator settings and you choose the system that you're playing. Like for example on GBA, that gives you multiple options. So what you do is you go to Game Boy Advance, and first you got to change the auto from emulator. So what you do is you choose RetroArch, and after you choose RetroArch, you go to core, and right here you got different options. You can either use MGVA Rumble, MGVA, that's I guess that's VVVA M, VVVA Next, and GPSP. So you can actually play around with the different cores because some of them work better than others. In my opinion, the best one to use is MGVA. I use it all the time because it allows me to use the shaders that I want to use with my game. So I love that one. The next one, which performs really well, is one of the VVA cores. One of those two. Those also run pretty well. But from what I understand, GPSP is the one that is the one that uses the least power. So if you want to save battery power when you're playing GBA games, this would probably be the one to use, GPSP. And that would be the way that you change it. So what you do is you come over here and then you just click on it, and that'll choose the core that you're using. Now by default, because I told you to go up to emulator and change it from auto to RetroArch, because by default when you choose auto, it automatically uses MGBA. And like I said, that's the one that I use all the time. So I'm just gonna change it back to auto completely. But that would be the way to change it. If you go to PlayStation, which is another system that allows you to use different cores, you click on RetroArch, and then you click on core, and it allows you to use those two. Now with PlayStation, you can actually use RetroArch 32, and if you go to core, you have the PCSX rearmed, which to me, that's the best one to use. That's the one that I use all the time. That's why I always leave it at auto. But to me, that's the best one to use. But you can choose either one, and you can test them and see which one saves you the most battery power. So those are the battery saving tips that I have. But if you know of any other ones that I didn't mention here, please share them in the comments below. And let me know if you use any of the ones that I showed you on the video. Let me see how they work out. Let me know if they actually save you a little bit of battery power. I use them on this big device all the time, because this one is the one that actually runs out of battery mostly all the time. And since I've been playing the Pokemon game on this, it finishes really quick. So I try to save battery as much as I can so that I can play a little bit longer. So that's going to be it for this video today. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. And if you want to support the channel, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Like I said, if you try any of this battery saving tips, just write it on there and let me know how it went. And I will see you again on the next video. Bye.